Have you ever wondered why, despite all the effort and striving, some things just seem to slip through your grasp, while others seem to flow effortlessly into your life? What if I told you that the secret to attracting everything you desire doesn't lie in chasing or forcing, but in embracing who you truly are? In today's video, when your energy no longer chases, everything starts to chase you, Carl Jung and Vibrational Detachment, we'll explore how shifting your energy from a state of pursuit to one of authentic being can completely transform your relationships, career, and sense of self. You'll learn how to stop chasing what's not meant for you and begin magnetizing everything you've ever wanted by simply living in alignment with your true self. Stay tuned as we dive deep into Carl Jung's principles, the psychology of vibrational energy, and the power of self-alignment. Have you ever wondered why some souls seem to walk this world as if they were forged in another realm? Seeing what others miss, feeling what others silence, and carrying a depth too vast to name? These are not ordinary people. These are the rare ones. The souls forged in the crucible of contradiction. They are lightning wrapped in silence, fire hidden beneath still waters. And if you are one of them, you have likely spent your life being misunderstood, misread, and often mislabeled. A rare personality does not shout for attention. It resonates. It disturbs the shallow, awakens the sleeping, and commands a room not by volume, but by presence. Carl Jung understood that such people are not merely different. They are archetypes in motion, vessels of the unconscious, bringing forth messages the world is not yet ready to hear. You, if this is you, were not made to fit in. You were made to reveal. The rare soul lives in paradox. She is both deeply intuitive and relentlessly logical. Her mind, like a labyrinth, constructs patterns where others see chaos. She does not speak often, but when she does, her words strike like truth from an ancient temple. The world senses something about her but cannot quite name it, and this mystery becomes her protection and her burden. You may find yourself exhausted in crowds, yet utterly alive in solitude. This is not antisocial behavior. This is energetic discernment. You don't just hear people, you absorb them. Every smile hides 1,000 unspoken words. Every silence between lines reveals an emotional undercurrent only you can trace. You are not broken. You are finely tuned. A spiritual instrument vibrating at frequencies most ignore. Jung once wrote, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." But for the rare personality, this journey is not a gentle unfolding. It is a rebirth through fire. You have been through the shadows, not once, but many times. Not because you are weak, but because the self, the truest core of you, refuses to be built upon illusions. You have died 1,000 metaphorical deaths in order to rise unfiltered, undiluted, whole. You feel the weight of the world not because you are fragile, but because you are aware. Your empathy is not weakness. It is your ancient gift. Yet it comes with cost. You have been used, drained, mistaken for someone who could be molded. But like the ocean, you may be touched, but never controlled. This kind of personality is not easy to carry. You have likely questioned yourself, wondered why you feel too much, think too deeply, dream too wildly. But what you must understand is this: the world conditions the common, not the rare. And your sorrow isn't confusion, it's clarity ahead of its time. Rare personalities often develop archetypal patterns that show up in childhood. The old soul, the rebel, the seer. These children are told they're too intense, too sensitive, or too quiet. But what they truly are is attuned to an inner knowing that the adult world has forgotten. As Jung believed, the unconscious holds the treasure, and it takes a rare person to retrieve it. You likely live with an inner duality: the ache to connect and the need to retreat, the urge to express and the instinct to guard. You want to be seen, but only by those who can truly see. Not the surface, not the performance, but the soul. And you've learned, often painfully, that few can. You've carried the burden of masks, of shrinking to keep others comfortable, of translating your essence into simpler terms. But no more. The rarest among us eventually face a pivotal threshold. Either continue playing small and pleasing the noise, or reclaim the whole of who they are and let the world adjust to the sound of truth. This journey is not for everyone, but it is for you. Because the moment you begin to recognize that your depth is not a flaw, but a frequency, your life shifts. You stop apologizing for your intensity. You stop explaining your solitude, and you begin to radiate, not in performance, but in presence. And presence, for a rare personality, is everything. It is not what you do, it's who you are when you stop hiding. It's the light that leaks out of your silence. It's the certainty that flows from your stillness. You do not need to chase approval. Your worth was never a question. It was always an answer waiting for you to believe it. As you continue to understand the profound nature of your energy, something remarkable begins to shift in the way you experience life. The rare personality is one that vibrates at a frequency that calls to those who are also in touch with their higher selves. You attract not through force, but through the authenticity of your presence. Those who are meant to see you, to understand you, will be drawn into your orbit, just as planets are naturally pulled by the gravity of stars. But this magnetism, this subtle power, doesn't come from the need to prove yourself. It comes from a place of inner knowing, of having been through the fire of self-discovery and coming out the other side whole, unshaken and unwavering. It's not about seeking attention. It's about being fully present, existing in a space of truth where you no longer need to chase or seek. You become the space where things are drawn to you because your very essence radiates an energy that speaks to what others are subconsciously longing for. Jung often spoke of the concept of the self, and how only by understanding and integrating the shadow, the parts of ourselves we tend to reject, can we truly become whole. The rare personality understands this, often at a deep unconscious level. You have faced your own darkness, not once, but many times. You have wrestled with your doubts, your fears, and your insecurities, only to emerge stronger, more resilient, and deeply connected to the truth of who you are. This is not a shallow journey of external success or outward recognition. This is a journey of individuation, a journey into the very core of the self. This path is not for the faint of heart. The rare personality does not walk through life untouched. The world around you, as Carl Jung suggested, does not just mirror the truth, it reflects the unconscious within you. Your fears, projections, and insecurities show up in your relationships, your choices, and your experiences, challenging you to confront them and integrate them. When you begin to understand this dynamic, that the world is constantly reflecting back to you what you have yet to face or fully accept within yourself, you start to recognize the power of self-awareness. The rare personality is not one to shy away from facing the truth. You know that growth comes from turning inward, from exploring the parts of yourself that others may avoid or deny. This process requires immense courage, but it also carries the most profound rewards: self-empowerment, self-acceptance, and the ability to attract the right energy and experiences. When you stop chasing, you begin to see the subtle signs of this shift. Relationships that once felt draining or one-sided begin to transform. You start drawing to you those who resonate with your energy, not just romantically, but in every aspect of your life: friendships, career opportunities, and creative endeavors. When you no longer need to prove your worth, when you no longer feel compelled to perform for others, you become magnetic to the right people and situations. This is the beauty of inner alignment. It's not about forcing things into being or rushing toward goals. It's about allowing the natural flow of your life to unfold in alignment with your authentic self. It's about trusting that what is meant for you will come at the right time and in the right way. When you stop chasing, you stop operating from a place of fear, insecurity, or lack. You embrace the truth that you are already whole, and everything you desire will find its way to you because it resonates with the frequency of your being. The rare personality knows this truth instinctively. You've spent much of your life wondering why things haven't worked out the way you hoped, why relationships have felt unfulfilling, or why success has felt so elusive despite all the effort you put into it. The answer is simple. You were chasing from a place of lack. You are looking outside of yourself for validation, for love, for fulfillment, when all along the answers have been within you. This isn't a passive waiting. It is a deep presence. It is the energy of trust, of knowing that you are enough, exactly as you are, and that what you need will always find you. The more you live from this space of being, the more your life will shift. Opportunities will come to you naturally. Relationships will deepen in ways you didn't expect. You will begin to attract exactly what aligns with your essence. No chasing required. It's a radical shift, a complete transformation of how you engage with the world. The rare personality no longer chases approval, love, or success. She simply exists in her full power, fully aware of her worth, fully aligned with her true self. And in that alignment, everything she once sought starts to chase her. The moment you step into this energy, this realization that you are already whole, already worthy, and already enough, the world begins to respond. And when you stop chasing, you step into your highest potential. You stop living in reaction to life, and you begin to create it. Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." And when you stop chasing, you begin to become. You stop pretending. You stop performing. You stop doubting. You begin to show up as the person you were always meant to be. This is the power of the rare personality. This is the energy that attracts everything you've ever desired, without effort, without chase. As you move deeper into this space of alignment and authenticity, something extraordinary begins to unfold. The rare personality, the one who has embraced her true self and stopped chasing external validation, becomes a beacon of energy that subtly shifts everything around her, no longer consumed by the need to prove herself or perform for others. She exists simply in her truth, and that truth is magnetic. The world begins to respond, not to her actions, but to the energy she radiates. Jung believed that when we live from the self, when we connect with the very essence of who we are, we stop living in reaction. Instead, we begin to create. This is the profound power of the rare personality. She doesn't need to chase her dreams. Her presence draws them to her. She doesn't need to seek approval. She embodies her worth in such a way that others are compelled to recognize it. This is not a passive energy. It's a force that shapes the world around you. When you stop chasing people, relationships, and circumstances that aren't meant for you. Instead, you allow what is truly in alignment with your energy to come into your life. The more you trust this process, the more effortless your relationships, career, and personal growth become. The rare personality's connection to the unconscious mind is profound. Jungian psychology teaches us that the unconscious mind holds deep wisdom. Our fears, desires, and projections are often hidden in this space, shaping our behavior and influencing our reality. When you stop chasing, you begin to access this deeper wisdom. You are no longer acting on impulse or seeking external approval. Instead, you are acting from a place of deep self-trust and inner knowing. And when you live from this place, your life unfolds with ease. The energy you project becomes a mirror, reflecting the depth of your authenticity. No longer living in reaction to external circumstances or attempting to fill a void, the rare personality begins to experience true freedom. Freedom from the need to seek validation. Freedom from the pressure to prove herself. True freedom comes when you stop seeking, when you no longer need to chase anything outside of yourself. You are whole, and the world begins to reflect that truth. This shift does not mean that everything will always be perfect or that there won't be challenges along the way. However, when you operate from this deep, aligned energy, you handle challenges differently. You no longer feel drained or defeated by life's obstacles. You approach them with clarity, peace, and a sense of trust that no matter what comes your way, you are equipped to handle it. This is the strength of the rare personality, not in her ability to control everything, but in her ability to trust the process of life. You see, when you stop chasing, you stop living in fear of what might happen. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of not being enough. These fears no longer control you because you are anchored in your truth. The rare personality understands that nothing outside of herself can define her. Her worth is inherent, not based on what others think or how others behave. She doesn't need anyone to tell her she's enough because she already knows. This awareness creates an energy that attracts the right people, the right opportunities, and the right circumstances. But this isn't about chasing anything. It's about living fully in the energy of who you are and allowing everything else to flow to you. The more you embody this energy, the more you will notice how your life begins to shift. The relationships that once felt draining now feel fulfilling. The career opportunities that once seemed out of reach now appear before you. And the love you once sought is no longer something you have to chase. It is something you receive naturally because you are already whole. Jung taught that the most important task in life is to become who you truly are. And for the rare personality, this process is not about fitting in or conforming to society's expectations. It is about shedding the layers of fear, doubt, and self-limitation, and embracing the fullness of your being. The more you step into your true self, the more you stop chasing approval or validation. You stop seeking to prove your worth and start living from the inherent knowing that you are already enough. This is when the world begins to chase you. Not because you've forced it or manipulated it, but because you have aligned with your true self. You are no longer running after what you think you need. You are standing still in your truth, and everything that resonates with that truth will find its way to you. You don't need to chase love, success, or fulfillment. These things are already drawn to your energy. When you stop chasing, you begin to attract not just experiences, but the right energy. The people who align with your frequency will come to you. The opportunities that align with your values and your purpose will appear. And the love that matches your own self-love will flow toward you naturally. This is the power of vibrational alignment. It is not a technique or a strategy. It is the natural law of the universe. When you are aligned with your authentic self, everything you desire is already on its way to you. The rare personality understands this deeply. She has learned that nothing external can define her. She knows that her worth is intrinsic. She no longer needs to chase. She has learned the greatest truth, to be present and in alignment with who she is, and in that presence, everything she has ever wanted will find her. You are no longer running after life. You are standing in your power, rooted in your essence, and letting the universe respond to the energy you are emitting. The more you practice this stillness, this inner trust, the more your life will reflect this energy. When you stop chasing, you become the force that draws everything to you. And that is the ultimate transformation. As you continue this journey of alignment, you will begin to realize something profound. When you stop chasing, you create space for the world to show up for you in ways you never imagined. The rare personality doesn't just experience life, they shape it with their presence. When you stop chasing, your energy no longer sends out desperate, frantic signals of need. Instead, it emanates the steady, powerful vibration of confidence, peace, and self-assurance. And in that state of being, everything you've ever wanted starts to find its way to you. This shift is not about sitting idly by, waiting for life to deliver your desires. It's about releasing the urge to manipulate, control, or rush the process. It's about trusting that the universe, in its perfect timing, will bring you everything you need, and sometimes, even more than you ever hoped for. When you stop chasing, you stop forcing your way into situations that aren't aligned with your true self, and you stop settling for anything less than what truly resonates with your essence. The rare personality knows that time and patience are allies, not enemies. Time does not need to be rushed. Every moment you spend chasing after things, people, or achievements is a moment spent away from the present. The rare personality understands the value of being present in the now, because it is in the present moment that the magic happens. You no longer need to hurry through life, because you understand that everything you need will come to you at the right time. This understanding of time and presence allows the rare personality to cultivate a deeper level of self-trust. When you stop chasing, you begin to trust yourself fully. You trust that you are already enough. You trust that your desires will manifest when the time is right. And you trust that you don't need to rush the process of life. This trust in itself becomes a powerful force, because trust is not a passive energy, it's an active magnetic one. It is the trust that pulls the universe in your direction, because the universe responds to your frequency. In relationships, this energy becomes especially transformative. When you stop chasing, you stop demanding attention or affection. You no longer need to manipulate or shape the dynamics of your connections. Instead, you allow relationships to unfold naturally, with mutual respect, understanding, and ease. You stop forcing things to work, and instead create space for them to grow organically. The right people, those who truly resonate with your energy, will be drawn to you, and you'll feel the difference immediately. No more drama, no more confusion, just pure, authentic connection. The key is not in the chase, but in the alignment with who you truly are. The rare personality doesn't need to chase love or approval because she already knows she is worthy of both. She doesn't need to chase success or recognition because she understands that her success is an extension of her authentic self, a natural outcome of living true to her purpose. She doesn't need to chase anything because she already has everything she needs within her. As you continue to embrace this shift from chasing to being, you'll also begin to see how much more aligned your life feels. You stop pursuing things that are out of sync with your values and desires, and instead, you start to magnetize the experiences, people, and opportunities that align with your authentic truth. The rare personality knows that it's not about what you do, but about who you are. And when you become who you truly are, the rest of the world will naturally follow. You may still face challenges along the way. Life will continue to test your alignment, but as you stop chasing, as you embrace your inner power and trust that the right things will come to you, the challenges will feel different. They will no longer feel like obstacles you have to force your way through. Instead, they will feel like opportunities for growth, transformation, and deeper connection with yourself. When you stop chasing, you step into a new paradigm of living. You stop reacting to the world and start creating it. The rare personality is not someone who waits for permission to be herself. She is someone who claims her space, who chooses her path, and who understands that everything she needs is already within her reach. At this point, your journey becomes one of trust, self-love, and alignment. You are no longer chasing love, success, or approval. You are no longer chasing external validation because you have learned that true fulfillment comes from being in alignment with your authentic self. And when you are in alignment, you attract everything you've ever desired without the need to chase. This is the power of the rare personality. You are not here to chase. You are here to shine, to live, and to be fully yourself. When you stop chasing, the universe aligns with your energy and sends everything you need right to your doorstep. And in that alignment, you become not only a magnet for your desires, but a beacon of possibility for those around you. When you stop chasing, you enter a state of peace, of being fully anchored in who you are. And from that place, everything becomes possible. The world no longer asks you to prove yourself. Instead, it begins to meet you at your highest potential. As you begin to align with your true self and stop chasing what's not meant for you, the universe will start to meet you at your highest potential. Remember, everything you desire is already on its way to you when you shift your energy from need to presence. Stop chasing, start being, and watch how everything falls into place. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for more empowering content. Trust yourself, align with your true energy, and step into the life you've always been meant to live. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment below and share how you've started aligning with your true self. And remember to subscribe for more transformative insights. See you in the next video.